brace yourself for a thrilling journey as we delve into the shadows where the worlds of hip-hop and organized crime intertwine. Today, we're dissecting the life of a man whose name strikes a chilling chord in these circles, the infamous Kenneth Supreme McGriff. Make sure to smash that like button, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you won't miss any of our thrilling historical explorations into the unseen facets of the entertainment industry. Now, let's unmask the enigma. Buckle up and let's roll. Early life. Raised on the unforgiving streets of Queens, New York, Kenneth McGriff, better known as Supreme, was not handed an easy beginning. While his family provided a safe and supportive environment, Supreme was enticed by the forbidden charm and peril of the street life. This fascination wasn't just a fleeting attraction, but marked the beginning of a dark journey into the underworld under the mentorship of the infamous Fat Cat and Pappy Mason. It was an apprenticeship that would set the stage for a life steeped in lawlessness, power struggles, and a relentless pursuit of supremacy. As Supreme plunged deeper into the abyss of the underworld, his name became synonymous with a reign of terror and unchecked authority. The turning point arrived when he formed the Supreme Team. This formidable group, feared and revered in equal measure, quickly became the dominant force in South Jamaica's illicit drug trade. They controlled the streets, running a lucrative operation that fed on fear and commanded respect. However, such a life of power and notoriety was never devoid of foes and conflicts. Supreme had his first tryst with the Grim Reaper when he found himself on the receiving end of a brutal shootout, pierced by 9 bullets. But in an almost cinematic twist, Supreme, the infamous street titan, clung to life. His miraculous recovery not only defied the odds, but further amplified his legend, cementing his status as a figure of awe and fear in the shadowy world he ruled. From drug kingpin to hip-hop mogul, the 90s marked an intriguing chapter in Supreme's saga. It was a time when hip-hop culture was surging into mainstream acceptance, providing Supreme an unexpected avenue to transform from a feared underworld figure to a respected name in the music industry. This was a chance to trade the violent echoes of gunfire for the rhythmic beats of rap. Supreme seized this opportunity with the formation of Murder Inc., partnering with an aspiring DJ named Irv Gotti. This record label, an exciting blend of street authenticity and raw music talent, quickly rose to become a formidable force in the New York hip-hop scene. The duo had a keen ear for talent, a knack for innovation, and a profound understanding of the culture, elements that converged to turn Murder Inc. into a well-oiled hit-making machine. Simultaneously, Supreme also dipped his toes into the world of filmmaking. He wielded his influence and resources to produce soundtracks and even a movie adaptation of Donald Goines' gritty novel, Crime Partners. The film, featuring hip-hop heavyweights like Snoop Dogg and Ice-T, wasn't just a passion project for Supreme, it also proved to be a commercial success, grossing around $4 million. Despite the successful foray into the world of entertainment, the phantoms of Supreme's past still haunted him. The glitz and glamour of hip-hop and film couldn't entirely erase the lingering allure of his former life. The shadows of the streets, with their tempting promises of power and easy money, never quite left his side. It was a battle between his newfound legitimate fame and the echoing whispers of his notorious past. Fatal feuds. The tempestuous narrative of Supreme's life hit a crescendo with the emergence of E Moneybags, a feared gangster with aspirations to become a rapper. This new player on the scene was a force to be reckoned with, his reputation bolstered by real-life exploits that added an authentic edge to his music. The tension between Supreme and E Moneybags, stemming from clashes over money, territory, and respect, spiraled into a volatile feud that shook the foundations of the New York underworld. The war reached a devastating pinnacle when Supreme's trusted ally, Black Just, was cruelly taken from him. However, Supreme was not one to shrink away from adversity. Instead, he responded with a cold, calculated fury that was both terrifying and unyielding. He methodically orchestrated the assassinations of E Moneybags and another adversary, Big Nose Troy, a chilling testament to his power and determination. But every action has its consequences, and Supreme's deadly retribution started to tear at the seams of his carefully woven empire. The eyes of law enforcement began to scrutinize his every move, casting a long, threatening shadow over Supreme's reign in both the streets and the music industry. The storm was brewing, and Supreme was at its epicenter: downfall. There inevitably came a day when the specter of Supreme's past sins returned to haunt him. Incriminating evidence, a toxic brew of street rumors, and law enforcement suspicion paved the way for the raid of the glitzy offices of Murder Inc., a stark contrast to the grimy world from which Supreme had risen. The raid marked the beginning of the end, with Supreme's arrest soon following suit. Supreme's attempt to fight back against the charges in court had the air of a desperate last stand. He battled tooth and nail, hoping to avoid the impending downfall, but the case against him became irrefutable when a chilling piece of evidence surfaced. A videotape as cold and impersonal as the justice system itself showed the gruesome murder of E. Moneybags, all orchestrated under Supreme's watchful eye. With the evidence stacked against him, Supreme's fate was sealed. The gavel came crashing down, ringing out like a death knell to his reign. Sentenced to life without the possibility of parole, Supreme's empire, once a formidable force in the streets of South Jamaica and the hip-hop industry, was finally brought to a crushing end. Supreme's tale is a stark reminder of the harsh realities and ripple effects of a life steeped in crime. Despite the veneer of power and wealth, it ultimately led to devastation and loss. And while his story has a profound influence on the world of hip-hop, the glamorization of such a lifestyle fails to consider the profound human cost. His actions ended lives, tore families apart, and left his community grappling with the aftermath. His downfall, no matter how dramatic or filled with intrigue, is but a single instance of countless other tales that have unfolded in neighborhoods across the United States. We hope this video has given you a deeper understanding of the life and times of Kenneth Supreme McGriff, a man whose legacy continues to influence popular culture. However, we also hope it serves as a sobering reminder of the real consequences of a life dominated by crime. Until next time, stay safe and keep learning.